What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the LowkeyLegend. How the fuck y'all doing today? I'm doing alright today. I got a brand new video here for you guys, and today we're going to be talking about good places to hide weed. So, if you guys do enjoy, if you learned something from this video, smash the like button. Let's dive on into it. So, before this video starts, man, I just want to say, these all are spots that might not all work, so if you don't think that a spot in this video will work, don't try it, bro. I don't want you guys to get caught trying it just because I say it in a video. These are just ideas to give you guys in case you are, wanting to actually hide this weed really good, and hopefully one of these spots work. If not, man, you just use your brain, bro, and try to figure out a nice spot in your room, because certain rooms will not have certain spots that I'm going to mention in this video, so they might not all work, but hopefully you get the idea, and let's dive on into it. So the first thing I want to get across as well is make sure that your weed does not smell. You can't just take these nugs and put them in a bag and hide the bag somewhere. I feel like if the weed is loud enough, it's going to smell, and the number one rule, man, is you're going to want no smell from that weed at all, because even if you have it in a really good hiding spot and it smells, your parents are still going to get that suspicion that, oh, you got weed in your room somewhere. I'm going to look for it until I find it. So keep that around, keep it bagged up at all costs. I would suggest double bagging it or triple bagging it, depending on how loud the weed is and how much you're trying to hide. But let's dive on into it. So if you guys have enough as well, put it in a pill bottle. If you can't fit it in a pill bottle, then just take it, and this is where you're going to want to find some spots to hide it. So a number one I would get out the way is your mattress. If you guys have a mattress with like a little cut in it or a little hole, definitely try to hide it in there, but don't hide it underneath your mattress necessarily, because you don't want your parents to lift up your mattress one day and then see a bag of weed there. Like, that's not gonna be, that's nothing you should ever do. Another good idea would be, if you have a stuffed animal of some sort, try to fit it inside the stuffed animal if there's a little cut or a little hole in it. Or you guys could try it out for yourself. Take a little stuffed animal, make a cut in the back or somewhere, very discreetly, but somewhere that's going to be easily accessible by you, because you're going to want to be able to pull it out and put it back in at any time. That's also going to work as well. But like I said, man, make sure the shit don't smell. All right. Another good idea would be in a deodorant bottle. Okay. If you have some deodorant, what you can do is you can take the deodorant bar out of the deodorant, and there's going to be a little bit of room to actually put some nug in there. So if you guys can do that, that's going to eliminate the smell in general completely, and it's a pretty dope hiding spot. But if you guys are trying to hide a little bit more bud, that might not work 100% necessarily. Good idea would be, if you guys have an old pair of shoes in your closet, or an old bag, or maybe just some old pants that you don't normally wear, make sure you don't ever wear them though, and make sure your parents are going to stay out of your closet completely. Like, even if they put clothes away or whatever the case may be, make sure you have it in a pair of pants that's in the back. Maybe some dress pants, or maybe, I wouldn't say dress pants either, because sometimes they'll go through that shit as well. So don't, not necessarily dress pants, but maybe in a pocket, in a compartment, in a hoodie somewhere, in your closet that you don't use all the time. But the number one rule, man, is, like I said, make sure the shit does not smell. Anywhere in your closet, I feel like, would work very well, as long as you know where it is at all times and your parents aren't gonna go into your closet at all. All right, so keep that in mind. Another good spot would be in like an old pair of shoes as well. I guess that would kind of relate to your closet. If you guys play guitar or something like that, there's a good spot in your guitar. You could just put it in that little hole in your guitar, and wherever your guitar may be, mounted up or whatever, you could just have it in that little spot, so you could reach your hand right in there. Or if you can't reach your hand fully down there, just position, take the guitar off the rack and position it correctly to where you can just grab that bud right out. Another strategy that I learned was to easily access it is just put it in a pair of socks, an old pair of socks, and then bundle those two socks up together, and now you have a pair of socks with a bag of weed in the end of the socks. So with that, you could also put that just right in your sock drawer if you really wanted to, or maybe in another drawer where, honestly, I would just keep it in the sock drawer in general, or you could, put that really wherever you want to hide it, but it's going to be hard to hide a pair of socks, out of plain sight. So the best spot I would put it is probably just right back in your drawer, but that is up to you guys. That's personal preference as well. If you guys have a bunch of hats, you guys could put it in the back of one of your like inside one of your hats, and stack that hat on top of another, a bunch of stacks of hats. That would work as well. Just hide it right in the stack of hats, because I'm sure your parents wouldn't necessarily go through all that hassle just to, find that shit, or just go through your hats, especially if you wear snapbacks or some shit. Definitely try that out. If you have any instruments as well and you have a case for them, throw it in the case with that. That also works. Same thing with games. If you guys have game cases, that works very well as well, but make sure it's a game that nobody's ever going to look in, or a movie case that nobody's ever going gonna look in at all, and you gotta have that movie case obviously blended in with some of your video games as well, so it doesn't look out of plain sight. You know, you just can't just hide the video game case, you know, on your shelf somewhere. You gotta have it mixed in with the video games so it looks like it's blended in with its surroundings pretty much, because you don't want to make it too obvious for your parents to find it. Like if they see a pair of socks just laying, you know, behind your bed or something matched up together, they're gonna cause a little bit of suspicion, you feel me? So with that being said, man, taking everything I said in this video into consideration when you're hiding it, don't be obvious with it. If you're using a video game case, if you're using a sock, make sure you stick with all the socks and you stick with all the video games. Don't place it out of order, and don't make it obvious, you know, if it's found to be like, oh, random pair of socks, or oh, what's a fucking video game case doing in your closet, you feel me? So keep that into consideration as well. Try the closet strategy as well. Keep it in an old pair of pants or an old pair of shoes or an old sweatshirt that you don't wear that just sits in your closet and kind of just sits there, or even an old backpack that you don't normally use that's in your closet. Not necessarily a backpack, but just a bag in your closet in general. You guys are gonna have to find out what you have to work with in your surroundings, but hopefully in this video you guys can get a general idea of how to hide it, or some good spots to hide your weed. And I really hope that something in this video helped at least one person out there. If it did though, bro, be sure to smash that thumbs up button. I appreciate each and every one of you guys watching this video. If you guys are new to my YouTube channel, be sure to check me out. I upload hundreds of other weed related videos and stories, a bunch of cool shit, so peep that out. If you do enjoy, smash the like button. Check me out on Instagram as well. I be posting a lot on my Instagram story, not necessarily on Instagram in general, but just on my story on Instagram. I use it like a Snapchat Instagram, so, or a Snapchat story, so go peep me out on there. Other than that, man, y'all have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, stay savage, stay low key. It's your boy, the Low Key Legend. I'm gonna catch y'all tomorrow for a brand new video. I'm out of here, guys. Adios.